Hey guys, today I'm going to be reading out of Matthew 11 verses 28 through 30. It says, "Come to me all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." I love how this begins because it's saying that our God is available. He is open for us to come to Him whenever we are burdened or weary. When life gets heavy and overbearing, we can run to the Father, and in Him we will find rest. It also goes on to say that our God is gentle. He is not a pushy God. Maybe you have experienced a kind of love that is demanding or has conditions. But this kind of love is gentle. Our God is kind. His love is available when we are ready to receive it. And it also goes on to say that our God walks beside us. In this, it talks about a yoke. And in that time, farmers had this tool called a yoke that it would put on the oxen and they would walk together. And I love the image of this because it shows that God is not just sitting in heaven on His throne telling us what to do, but He's actually walking beside us through everything. In the hard times, He is there, and in the joyful times, He is still there. This partnership is easy. Are you longing for an easy relationship instead of one that is weighing you down and burdensome? In this verse, it says that we can find that in the Father. So today, while you're on your mat, I challenge you to come to God whenever you're feeling weighed down and burdened and experience this kind of gentle, compassionate love. So grab your mat and your water and let's get started. Okay guys, we're going to get started with our restorative class, laying in Shavasana or corpse pose on our mat. Closing the eyes and just finding some stillness here. Becoming heavy into the ground and letting our muscles start to relax and our thoughts start to slow down. Let's take a moment to just begin our practice with some deep breaths all together. Inhale through the nose, and open mouth, exhale, release it out. Inhale, and exhale. One last deep breath here, feeling the rise of the belly and the chest, and open mouth, exhale. We're going to start to bring the fingertips all the way back and the toes reaching forward, creating a long body stretch. Inhale, expanding all the way through the fingers and the toes. Exhale out through the mouth. Let's take it one more deep breath. Inhale. And exhale, pull the knees into the chest and give them a tight hug. Maybe taking a rock from side to side if that feels good. And then extending that right foot high, we're going to grab onto the leg and just slowly start to pull it in towards the chest. Just to wherever is comfortable today. Maybe it feels good to use a strap around the leg to pull the leg in. But wherever you're at, close the eyes and begin to breathe into the hips and into the hamstring. Inhale, creating space in the body. Open mouth, exhale, and pulling that leg in a little bit closer. One more deep breath here. Inhale. And exhale, pull the knee into the chest and reach the forehead towards the knee. Inhale and exhale, release back down, and we're going to switch it out to the other side, pulling the left knee into the chest and then extending that foot, grab onto the leg and pull it in towards the body. Again, maybe using the hands or maybe using a strap. Inhale and exhale. See if you can pull that leg just a little bit closer in. One more deep breath here. Inhale and exhale, bending that knee, pull it into the chest. Reach the forehead towards the knee. And exhale, release the leg down the mat, and we're going to come onto our side for a fetal posture. Releasing one hand towards the back and the other hand just resting into the mat. Slightly bending through the knees. Inhale and exhale. One more deep breath here. Inhale and exhale, gently pressing through that hand, coming all the way up into a simple seated posture on our mat. Hands coming to the knees, rooting through the sits bones, sitting up tall. And we're going to take a neck stretch here. So go ahead and bring the right hand on top of the head and walk the left fingertips away from the body. Slowly start to pull the right ear in towards the left shoulder and open up the left side of the neck. Inhale. Exhale, allow that ear to come a little bit closer towards the shoulder. One more deep breath in through the nose. And exhale, release the hands back to the knees, roll the chin into the chest. And let's take it on the opposite side. Left ear coming over to the left shoulder. Left hand is placed on top of the head, and then walking the right fingertips away from the body. Inhale, opening up through the right side of the neck. Exhale, drawing that ear close to the shoulder. Inhale, one more deep breath. And exhale, release the hands to the knees and roll the chin into the chest. Go ahead and slowly take neck rolls all the way around, opening up each side of the neck, and the back of the neck and the throat. Moving gently and slowly, and go ahead and reverse to the opposite direction. Inhale and exhale, come back to center. Inhale the fingertips high, and with your exhale, release the right hand down, the left fingertips reaching over, getting a side stretch here. Inhale, slightly pulling the left shoulder back, and exhale, reaching a little bit further. One more deep breath, and exhale, swing the fingertips around to the front and fold over the legs. Maybe staying planted on the hands, or maybe coming down to the elbows or the forehead, opening up through the lower back and the hips. Inhale and exhale, slowly walk the hands into the body. Inhale the fingertips high, and exhale, drop the left hand down and reach over with the right fingertips. Inhale, slightly pulling that right shoulder back, open up the chest, and exhale, reaching a little bit further, really extending through the right side of the body. One more deep breath, and exhale, swing the fingertips around and fold over those legs. Seeing if you can bring it just a little bit deeper into your fold, opening up the hips a little bit wider. Letting go, being heavy in towards the mat. Inhale and exhale, walk the hands into the body, and we're going to find a double pigeon posture. So the right foot is going to come on top of the left knee, and then maybe you're grabbing on to the right knee, or you allow that knee to come down onto the left foot. Inhale and exhale, opening up the hips into this posture. Maybe you stay here in your double pigeon, or maybe you take it into a baby cradle. So we take that right knee into the right elbow and grabbing onto the leg, letting the foot rest in the left elbow. Cradling that leg and maybe rocking from side to side, getting a little bit of a movement here in the hips. Inhale and open mouth, exhale. Great job. Let's take one more deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Release that leg down, and we're going to switch it to the other side. So the left knee is coming on top of the right foot, and the left foot is coming on top of the right knee. Maybe holding on to that left knee or pressing it down on top of the foot. Close the eyes and breathe into the hip space. Inhale and exhale, maybe staying here or maybe cradling that left leg, the knee coming into the elbow and the foot into the opposite elbow. Staying still or maybe rocking from side to side. Take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale it out through the mouth. Great job. One more deep breath here. Inhale and exhale. Release the feet into the mat in front of you. We're going to hug the knees by bringing the hands underneath the knees and grabbing onto the thighs. Inhale. And with your exhale, gradually slide the feet away from you, coming deeper and deeper in towards a forward fold. Just as far as you can, keeping the elbows connected to the thighs. Inhale and exhale. We're going to hold here for a few breaths all together. Slowly start to release with the hands and swing the legs around, coming onto all fours for tabletop position. The hands are planting under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Draw the belly button in towards the spine for a flat back. And we're going to start to move through a flow, warming up the spine. So as we inhale, drop the chest low, lift the gaze high into a cow pose. And with your exhale, drop the hips back onto the heels and arch through the spine into a child's pose, reaching the fingertips forward. Inhale, slowly come back into cow, opening up through the chest, gaze coming high. And exhale, make your way back into child's pose. One more time, inhale, come back to center, opening up through the chest. And exhale, arching through the spine, come back onto child's pose. And then find your version of a comfortable child's pose. Maybe with the knees together or the knees out wide. Maybe it feels good to place a pillow on top of the thighs. We're going to take a moment to breathe in our child's pose and find stillness in this posture. Let this posture be a physical reminder to the heart to come before the Father. Open up our hands to Him. Say, Lord, I trust you with everything. I believe that you are good and that you have good plans for me. So I lay down the things that I hold on to. And then our hands are open for Him to give us what we need instead, the better things instead. Take one more deep breath here in your child's pose. Inhale. And open mouth, exhale. Start to plant through the hands, lift the hips, and make your way into a downward facing dog. Maybe walking out the legs if that feels good, bending one knee at a time. Inhale. And exhale, start to reach the heels down towards the mat, finding stillness with the legs. Spread the fingertips out wide and bring the chest in towards the thighs. Inhale. And exhale, take the top of that right foot, plant it into the mat, and slowly drag that right knee up to meet the right thumb. And we're going to make our way into a pigeon pose. Inhale, open up the chest. And exhale, make your way all the way down into sleeping pigeon, resting the forehead on the forearms. Being sure to flex through that right foot to protect the knee. Finding that deep breath here. We're going to hold here for a few breaths. Slowly start to plant the hands back under the shoulder. Lift the hips, tuck the back toes, and come back into your downward facing dog. And here, maybe walking out your feet again, opening up through the backs of the legs. And we're going to take it to the opposite side, top of that left foot coming into the mat. Slowly drag the knee up to meet the thumb, flexing through that left foot, and coming back into your pigeon pose. Inhale, open up the chest. And exhale, come all the way down into your sleeping pigeon. Resting the head on the arms. Close the eyes and find your breath here. Begin to plant the hands under the shoulders, lift the chest away from the leg, and swing the legs around, coming onto seated on your mat, planting your feet in front of you and giving those knees a hug. Inhale, reach the fingertips all the way back, and exhale, reach forward and begin to lay on the back, each vertebrae at a time, making contact. Pull the knees into the chest. Maybe taking a rock from side to side to massage out the spine. Inhale and exhale. Slowly release the soles of the feet onto the mat. Open up the arms out to a T. And we're going to slowly find a windshield wiper. So as we inhale, keep the knees in the center. And exhale, drop the knees over to the right side, opening up through the left side of the body. Inhale back to center, and exhale, drop it over to the left. Go ahead and take this motion with your own breath, at your own pace. Inhale, and exhale. One more deep breath in. And exhale, release the knees over to the right side. Bring the gaze over to the left. Let's breathe here in a supine twist. Slowly draw the knees back into the center, and then taking the knees over to the left and the gaze over to the right, finding your supine twist on the opposite side. Bring the knees back into the center, and then make your way back into a Shavasana or corpse pose, releasing the legs down the mat and the arms down by the sides. Closing the eyes, and let's move down through the body, releasing each muscle at a time, beginning with the forehead, unfurrowing the eyebrows, and let the eyes sink back and the eyelids just softly closing on top of them. Unclench the jaw and let the tongue come away from the roof of the mouth. Feel the rise and fall of the belly with every inhale and exhale. Let the hips be soft, unlock the knees, and let the toes roll to the outsides of the mat. Finding that stillness, this restful posture. As we close out our practice today, I want to leave you with 3 questions. Have you felt God's invitation to come near to Him? Do you feel like He's available to run to in any moment? Have you ever experienced a pushy or demanding kind of love before? Allow God to show His good and gentle kind of love today. God, thank you that you are available to us. Thank you that you are gentle and that you want to be close with us and walk with us daily, God. Help us to feel your invitation. When we're in need of love, when we're in need of a comforter, help us to feel your arms open wide for us. God, would you rewrite our definition of love? If we've experienced things that are not like you, help us to lay down our thoughts and our ideas of love and rewrite that in our minds. Redefine that for us, God. We love you, and it's in your name we pray. Amen. Thank you so much for joining me today on your mat and in your practice, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.